well, first of all, you both look fantastic.
Thank you.
You both look great, and especially considering when you really look at, well, you're not that like that. But it's really amazing. And let me just say ahead of time, both of you have filthy, filthy potty mouths. And so what I'm going to do, every time you curse, every time... That's one. And every time you curse, I'm going to fine $1,000 that's going to go to Haiti. So that's $1,000 because of that word right there, all right?
All right.
So I'm keeping track of swearing around here. It's daytime. There's children watching. This is not MTV. We can't do it. All right, and let me just say, can I just read this? Because it's just really amazing. The stories in here are just, this is, I don't even know how to pronounce a lot of these. Over the past 40 years, you say, I've been loaded on booze, coke, acid, quaaludes, glue, cough syrup, heroin, rohypnol, Klonopin, Vicodin, and too many other heavy-duty substances to list, and more than a few occasions, I was on all of those at the same time. How are you sitting here?
I don't know, it's just, I guess I'm lucky, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of all that. I mean, it was just a lifestyle that I was leading, you know.
Yeah. And you didn't ever do any of that, right, Sharon?
She didn't need it.
I didn't, never took drugs, but when I was first with Ozzy, I drank a lot to try and compete with him, but I was just a terrible drinker. The worst.
So you weren't tempted to try the thing?
One time I said, she used to get crazy when she drank, you know, and just go wreck the place. And so I said, try smoking marijuana, and she got even worse. I was the only person I ever know smoke a doobie and just kick back. She was like throwing stuff at me, you know.
It just doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for you?
with my body chemistry.
Yeah. And that must have been hard for you to watch him go through that and then try to quit and then go back. And because you've been married 27 years?
We're in our 28th year of
wow.
marriage. So. It's hard when you don't need it, so you don't understand why somebody would want it.
Right.
You know, I would never wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I need a rohypnol or whatever it is. It just wasn't in my, in my makeup, so it was hard.
But you say that you fought a lot. There's some crazy fights.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is the worst fight that you got into?
Which time?
1980s.
We had fabulous fights. I mean, our fights were famous for a while. There was one time, do you remember when I threw that bottle at you?
No, I threw the bottle at you.
No, I threw the bottle at you, at the back of your head.
I threw the bottle at you. Oh, yeah.
So
and it was like, we were in a hotel room somewhere, we argue, he leaves the room, I'm like so mad, I pick up his bottle of whatever it was, I think it was brandy, and I threw it down the hallway. And as I threw it, the bottle was doing this, and I'm going, no. And it went bang, like this on the back of his head. And I'm like, oh my God, I've killed him, oh my God.
Why, because he went down?
No, he just went like that, and then he comes running after me, right, you. So he gets me against the wall, and then he looked at me, I looked at him, and we just started to laugh. Neither of us knew why we were fighting, because we were so out of it. So we ended up laughing.
It sounds just like Portia and me at home. It really does. But that's crazy. And then so what made you stay in this? Or I guess what made both of you stay in this?
Well, I needed Sharon. She didn't need me. I told she liked it. She had a fondness for animals, so I always come on the bottom of the animal list as well.
So you were one of the animals she rescued?
No, I love him. He's just such a good man. He's just the best man I've ever met in my life.
I haven't used anything for like 6.5 years.
6.5 years you've been clean?
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what? It's a lot better.
Yes. Well, we are happy that you were ready to stop, and it's amazing that, like I said, that's an amazing thing to walk away from all that.
Now I think to myself, did I used to really think that was having a good time? You know?
Yeah.
When I was out there, Sharon wouldn't be very, oh, darling, you had a bad night. She'd be really brutal and,
Yeah.
Lots of swear buttons would come out at me.
Yeah.
I remember once I was in New York and I was having a bad withdrawal from it, and I was lying on the floor in her bedroom, and she said to me, I said, Sharon, I think I'm dying. She says, well, die quietly. I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock.
So that's how you stay together. We'll be back. We're going to bring out the children. Kelly and Jack will be here. We're back with Ozzy and Sharon. All right, let's bring out your two kids, Kelly and Jack Osbourne. Look at the all-American family right here. This is
all-American family with British passports.
Well, no, but now, were any of these stories surprising in the book for either of you, or you had known all this stuff?
It's only when you actually get my father's book and you read it that I start to realize again how unnormal it actually really was.
Because that's all you knew. You thought that was sort of...
Yeah, to me, and to be honest with you, I couldn't imagine us being any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the end of the day, though, there's plenty of families that go through, like, an alcoholic, drug addict household. And, the difference is that, ours is publicized and, people want to read about it, but, some of the things aren't that abnormal, in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. No, I'm sure that there are a lot of people that can relate to a lot of this, and it's just easy to keep it quiet.
And I feel that the more honest that we are about the normal things that can happen, not just to us, but to everyone, the more comfortable that everyone else feels about themselves and realize that maybe it's not such a big deal. Maybe there is places we can go and all get help and get our dirty laundry out so that we're not all fighting all the time.
Absolutely, that's the best thing you can do, is to be an example. Now, what would you say that you loved the most about your dad because you'd see obviously some downsides to him and some hard things to watch, but what do you love most about him?
My dad never lied to us about what was going on, and he was always really honest. And I think that no matter what, my dad has always told me he loves us, and there was never a lack of love. We were never confused about it. Yes, it was hard. It was really hard sometimes, but I think that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it was always, the household's always been very honest and upfront about what was going on.
Mm-hmm. So that honesty, though, didn't, or did, you were doing drugs and you were drinking, and did you know they were doing drugs and drinking? Were they honest with you?
I was doing the same, so I mean...
you couldn't say...
It's like everyone was kind of
it's like if I would say, don't drink, don't smoke cigarettes, don't do this, and while I'm doing it, it's not a very good example.
Right. And then you had cancer at the time, so you didn't really know what was going on.
I knew the kids were both drinking, but I was in such denial to how much they were drinking and everything else, especially with Jack. I never knew that he was doing OxyContin. Cotton. And I didn't want to know because I was in such denial. I was like, put my head in the sand and it will all go away.
Right. But, and then you have just finished, or you're doing a documentary on your dad's life right now, right?
Yeah, we're just in, like, the post-production phases right now of it.
All right. And, well, that's got to be fascinating to watch what's happening now. And really, what a life that you have lived, and the fact that you are clean now and that all of you are clean is
I think, too, it's a great message to send out because, we were known as the most dysfunctional family. And, look at us.
You know what my argument about that is? Who's the guide? Who should we follow? Who is the functional family? We all have... Being a parent is the hardest job of the lot.
Yeah.
Especially a mom.
Right.
And you got a husband who's drunk every day.
Yeah, there is no functional family.
No, it doesn't exist.
Listen, and I would say, and I agree, there's no perfect family, and y'all look pretty good right now. I mean, you all love each other and respect each other, and, that's what it's about. That's really what a family...
Can I swear for Haiti really quickly?
Yes,
just
swear.
to make more money
Go ahead
because
and swear.
I can't believe how well-behaved we've all been today.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. The book is called I Am Ozzy. Everybody in the audience, you're getting a copy.